Bueno. Hola, YouTube, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? Olis. Voy a estar filmando lo que es el final de Tangle, así que esto es para YouTube y tanto para YouTube como para Twitch, así que vamos a darle a ver cómo termina la historia. Muchas cosas inconclusas. Yo sé que en el video pasado, no sé que si está muy fuerte el juego, qué onda. Yo sé que en el video pasado como que me apasioné mucho con el chisme de Penélope. Eh, y, y Puppy y Fins, pero yo creo que en realidad no, Fins ahora con más información que antes, Fins no engaña a Penélope y como que la quiere. Pero no sé qué onda con Poppy. Entonces, no sé qué onda con
A cracked
Poppy.
glass tank
Así que
with
bueno.
9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
A candle, perched on a barrel.
Bueno, entonces básicamente voy a hacer como un pequeño resumen para YouTube de lo que estuvo pasando, de las cosas que estuvieron haciendo. Seguimos investigando a todos en la isla, hablamos con todos los que teníamos que hablar y descubrimos un ático sobre la habitación de Freya, que es la asesinada, y como que había una rendija donde pudo haber caído algo o no, no sabemos si es así como murió, pero había otro ático y también descubrimos que el como que, ay, ¿cómo se llama? Percival Pointer, que supuestamente era astrónomo y qué sé yo, en realidad no le interesaba mucho la astronomía, sino que estaba detrás de todo lo de un escarabajo, era un endo no sé qué, ponele endo algo, endo gente que estudia los bichos. Entonces, como que quería el bicho que perdió, que creo que era el escarabajo dorado, que estaba por ahí dando vuelta y lo quería recuperar, el Percival Pointer. Y Percival Pointer es el que contrató al otro detective privado que está en la isla, porque hay como somos 2 detectives privados y un asistente. Entonces, como que así. Para buscar el escarabajo. Así que eso nos enteramos. Que Percival no era lo... en realidad Percival no es lo que realmente dijo ser. Como que la única duda que me da es esa. Después todos tenían como la coartada y la narración de los hechos súper igual, súper coordinada, como que realmente no puedo sospechar de nadie. O sea, no sé quién mató a este punto a Freya. Lo que sí puedo decir es que tengo mis dudas y la detective privada que está buscando el escarabajo también tenía dudas de que sí, la que mató a Freya fue la misma Freya. O sea, para mí Freya andaba andando algo raro. Ya ando sospechando mucho yo que andaban en cosas raras la Freya. Pudimos leer el diario secreto de Freya y tenía como ciertas frases como que no tenían mucho sentido realmente. Pudimos resolver el puzzle de la estanque. Y se abrió una cosa secreta y estamos acá, en como un laboratorio secreto que estaba dentro del estanque, que está debajo de la mansión. Y no solo eso, hay otra habitación misteriosa que es la que vamos a ver ahora. El tema es que
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates.
el tema es que todo esto, uno no sé, uno pensaría, bueno, esto es el laboratorio de Percival, pero no sé si es el laboratorio de Percival. Porque
Is that
miren,
a lab coat?
cuando le pico acá,
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small.
tamaño pequeño. Percival no es pequeño, entonces tengo mis dudas de que sea el laboratorio secreto de Percival.
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about?
Oh. Oh, y como que en varios lugares de la mansión me encontré como tableros que tenían como tablas. Miren, esta tabla de acá. Esta tabla de acá. Uy, ¿listo?
Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind of look like one.
What are those symbols?
Símbolos raros. Y el techo, algo muy curioso, que el techo de Freya tenía el dibujo de un ojo. Satánico. No sé, pero tenía el dibujo de un ojo. Y la habitación de Poppy, en el piso, también estaba el dibujo del ojo. No sé si tenga algo que ver o no, pero bueno. Misterioso es. Al menos.
They're alchemic symbols. Mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff like that.
Huh. Reminds me of the chart from the library.
Alquimia.
The one from the chalkboard.
Yeah. This looks like it was drawn in a hurry.
Didn't we see those same symbols in the greenhouse?
Sí. En el greenhouse. Uy. At the greenhouse. Logro desbloqueado. ¿Química o alquimia?
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about?
Sigue siendo lo mismo. Hemos resuelto este puzzle de acá.
We already solved it.
Y nos daba más datos de la investigación.
I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Bueno, vamos a ir al...
It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your perspective.
Vamos a bajar. Nivel inferior. Uf. ¡Ay! Me recuerda mucho. ¡Ay! Me recuerda mucho. ¡Ay! ¡Ay, Dios! Me recuerda mucho. No sé si ustedes son fans. Yo medio sí soy fan. Una serie de eventos desafortunados. Siempre quise comprar los libros, pero nunca los encontré. O sea, me encanta la película de Jim Carrey de una serie de eventos desafortunados. Y me encanta la serie de una serie de eventos desafortunados que está bastante bien y como que le da más lore. O sea, está bastante buena. Y esto como... Sí. Eso.
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
It's an old coat rack.
2 cloaks and a green hat.
Acá hay un...
Gives off kind of a dungeon vibe.
What do people actually use chains for?
Nothing good.
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty. Old cardboard
How
boxes.
exciting.
Oh, but they're also damp and empty.
This room looks old.
It makes the rest of the house seem relatively modern. Do these puddles worry you?
Why?
That's lake water, but it's indoors.
I see your point.
Do these puddles?
Why?
That's lake water, but it's indoors.
I see your point.
Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth.
Uniform.
No plants, no anything.
Nothing.
That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
Voy a seguir
This
preguntando.
room looks old. Like, old.
It makes the rest of the house seem relatively modern.
Es que...
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Ay, no, son los planos de la isla. Ok. Son los planos de la mansión. Aviario, dormitorio, estudio. Dormitorio. ¿Hay un estudio? Un vestíbulo. Almacén, biblioteca. Jardín de la... Pero esto no es la forma real de la mansión.
Hold on. Have we been to all of these rooms already? Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking.
¿Dónde está el estudio?
And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it?
The Grand Hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube. A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. Music room. It's the aviary.
A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context. A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it?
Storage.
It's Freya's room. The library.
Study.
Bueno.
Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never.
How did we miss it?
It's the room above us. The one we were just in.
The laboratory?
Yeah.
That's the room we're in now. It must be.
Es must be. Es must be.
It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made. This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Mansión mística. Mansión místida. Secciones transversales del lado norte. Un rollo de pergamino en el que están dibujados los planos de una gran mansión. Una línea horizontal marca hasta dónde llega antes el lago y una segunda marca en donde se halla ahora. La mansión está construida sobre una gran estructura, sobre algo sostenida por pilares. La habitación de Freya está identificada como almacén y en el centro hay una habitación marcada como estudio. Que no sabemos dónde está.
It's an empty bookcase.
Something tells me it's been empty for a long time. We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
Una varilla de metal. ¡Pará! Yo tengo esta cosa que tiene como un cordel también que encontramos en la habitación que estaba arriba de Freya, en el ático. Esto puede ser el arma homicida. Clavado en una fotografía. La varilla tiene un extremo curvo y puntiagudo como una flecha, una masilla de un reloj. Tiene un pequeño aro en la parte posterior con un trozo de cuerda rojo atado a él. El metal está perfecto, limpio. Pero está limpio.
So what's the photo?
Está marcada, pero está un poco húmeda. La fotografía muestra a una joven. Hay un hombre grandote sentado junto a ella. Alrededor de ellos hay varias aves rojas y blancas. La foto había clavado un objeto de metal que ha dejado un agujero cerca del pecho. Debe ser Lord de Flower. Si bien Fiona no es una Fellow, sino que es una Remington. O es Lord Remington o es Lord Fellow.
Do you know who it is in the photo?
No. ¿Tú?
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Mis tíos del mar y del cielo. Un libro de fotos para niños, parece muy viejo. Tararara. El baño tinta, un elegante pájaro de plumaje rojo y blanco. La serpiente plata, un reptil acuático sin ojos y con una larga lengua. Hemos visto una escultura de la sierpe plata. El portaalmas, un cangrejo con 3 piezas de distintos tamaños. Y teníamos el aparato de juguete que era un poco como esto de algo raro, ¿no? El pájaro de Flora. El anfobi, una criatura similar a una rana que cambia sobre dos patas. Misterioso por demás es. Este es el cangrejo. Los anfibios están por todos lados. El pájaro y había una serpiente como rota. Uy.
Gives off kind of a
What do people actually...
nothing good.
Ok. Llevamos 16 minutos.
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with one candle?
Pensaban que me iba a ser rápido terminarlo. O sea, 20 minutos y lo terminaba.
Darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty, though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Uy, ¿a qué? ¿Será?
That's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
¡Ah! Este de acá.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, makes sense when you know who he is. Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Bueno.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Sí.
Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
Están pasando cosas.
How long were we down there?
Está todo oscuro.
The family tree. I can just about still... Let's look for a way into the study. It's somewhere in the middle of the house.
The room was marked on the building plans we found.
Easy. Aquí.
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on. It's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
¡Misterioso! Vamos a subir por ahí a ver qué nos encontramos.
A ladder.
Want to go up?
Obvio, no tenemos mucho más que hacer. Continuar. ¡Ah! Secreto.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3?
¿Será puzzle?
Ugh. You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
Mm.
I guess that's
I don't
wrong.
think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file. This crab really reminds...
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
A ver. Sí, bueno, es este, obviamente, pero... Ah. A ver.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent...
Also, crabs no...
Está como...
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need
What
to...
do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file. This crab really reminds...
That little
Yeah,
wooden...
but I don't think that's... I think I've seen it more recently.
Es que no... Más o menos...
Is that a crab?
It's got a...
Also, crabs normally have... I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to...
Oh. ¿Por qué? No me acuerdo bien la puse, me sale mal. Un segundo.
We have all the information we need in our case file.
Es que no sé si seguir hasta... Ya son 20 minutos para YouTube. Sigo un rato más para con YouTube, capaz que media hora, no sé cuánto vamos a tardar en resolverlo en realidad. Por ahora. Un segundo, porque si busco mejor algo que ya tenga el dibujo, lo voy a poder acomodar. Tan, tan, tan. Taran, taran. La música espectacular, ¿eh? Ah, para.
Perfect.
Ah, ahí está. Un poco más y ya. Ok. Vamos a seguir a ver qué onda.
What's this?
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
El arma,
What is it?
el arma asesina.
Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it? Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I
If
guess?
that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird.
Well, how about we stop talking about it?
Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? Centipede? Millipede? How many legs has it got?
Too many. Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern.
Concern.
In here, though, it barely makes the top 3. Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
They called this room a study.
What would you call it?
The secret death chamber of doom. That's a bookcase.
What a surprise. An axe and some kind of hunting rifle mounted on the wall.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
Oh, sí, la que está acá.
Crumpled up paper.
Is there anything written on any of it?
Not really. It's mostly blank. A wooden stool. It's a wooden pinboard hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Han pegado una gran hoja de papel en el centro. Han dibujado 3 líneas que parten del hueco del centro. Una hoja más pequeña debajo de un dibujo que se parece a la silueta de una figura. Ya sabemos quién es esta.
It's a wooden pinboard hung up on one of the
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
La detective privada, pero ¿por
Nice
qué?
chair.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe.
Uy, ¿por qué está?
Coffee table.
¿Por qué hay
half-empty
un
wine bottle, lamp left on.
Ah, eso. Coso para poder quemar cosas.
I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Han arrancado varias páginas, pero quedan algunas. Quito embajador localizado. Por fin, mi optimismo era escaso, la verdad, pero aún así me ha llevado un chasco. No era mejor que el resto. Llevé a mi amigo Mistido a la sala de música para hacer experimentos. Funciona. Tal vez demasiado bien. El laboratorio fue una otra decepción. Tanto esfuerzo para qué. Y aún más corto de miras de lo que me imaginaba. Fui al fondo, bonita vista. Lo han dejado limpio en su mayor parte, pero tengo lo que necesito. He estado aquí, fui cuidadosa, no movió nada. Ha estado aquí, fue cuidadosa y no movió nada. Pero lo sé, es la hora.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left
It's
inside?
mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something.
¡El pájaro! Un montón de ceniza. Entre la ceniza hay varios objetos negros. Un resto de tela roja. Botón. Botones. Ojos de botón. Ojos de botón.
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion. But nowadays it's some big secret?
Oli,
It's not
¿cómo
a secret
estás?
to
¿Todo bien?
everybody. At least
Me
one other
llamo
person still knows about
Morena.
this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook.
¿Todo bien?
There's a
¿Vos,
whole
Bella?
design
Ay, ¿cómo
project
estás?
on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of
¿Te
effort
cambiaste
into
el
it.
nick o algo?
It's a shame
Porque...
there are things missing from it.
porque
Now,
estoy
I'm
con-
betting
Lady,
it'd make
¿no?
more sense
Lady,
if you
¿verdad?
could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
Sí, sí. Ah, listo, listo. Ya me parecía raro. Si se cambian el nombre, avisen, gente, porque me van a confundir bastante. CC y esto de acá. Tal cual. ¿Y ahora?
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches.
Sketches.
Freya designed Detective Hawkshaw's
¿Cómo está mi bella
clothes?
dama de la
What kind of sense
LGBT?
does that
Bien,
make?
acá. Estoy cuidado con lo que escribimos porque estoy haciendo un video para YouTube también. Del final de Tangle Tower.
It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Oh, así que hay que tener cuidado con
Should
lo que
we
escribimos.
go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
Apropiado para el YouTube.
Still don't know what's really going on.
¿Captan el mensaje? Sean santos hoy. Por lo menos un ratito. Hasta que termine del video de YouTube.
But it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
They were destroyed.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
Uy, ¿dónde están?
Hidden in the study.
I'm not sure about that.
Me encanta que siempre trae juegos que en mi vida he visto.
Where are the other parts?
Lo importante es ser de variedad, de poder traer juegos que realmente no... A ver, todo bien, o sea, todo bien con los grandes streamers, pero a veces traen hasta 5 juegos y siempre son los mismos, o sea, a mí me gusta traer variedad y cosas muy interesantes como este juego. Ajá. Y acá esto. Tiene que ser. Y acá esto. No, ay, golpeé mis auriculares. No.
What do you make of it?
Not
Y armamos el arma homicida.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
Y tiene razón un poco. Uf. Nos falta algo igual, me parece. En cambio, y bueno, él es de el estudio más de cerca.
Do those look like scratch marks?
Yeah, they're on the inside.
Do those look like scratch marks?
Yeah, they're on the inside.
Eso es lo que tiene que ser de nicho. O sea, sí, a veces hay muchas opiniones al respecto que, a ver, todo bien, hay muchos streamers que cuando vas empezando...
I think we're underneath the rooftop garden.
Sí. Siempre te recomiendan como que seas de nicho primero, pero la verdad yo creo que es contraproducente porque si sos de nicho y creces con el nicho, luego te enfrentas al hecho de que si querés cambiar de juego, la gente que te veía por un juego en específico se va. Entonces no creces realmente. Vos lo que tenés que hacer, no sé por qué terminaba dando consejos es hacer los juegos que te gustan, variedad, para que la gente pueda elegirte a vos como streamer y no al juego. No sé si me entiende. Que es lo mejor para mí, en mi opinión. Es más difícil, es más largo y a veces uno piensa que no funciona, pero es el mejor camino. Tenés que hacer que la gente te elija a vos y no al juego. Esa es la cosa. Y eso es muy difícil. Es muy difícil.
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
¿Quiénes son estas personas? Es que uno se acostó y sí. Yo no puedo. Yo por eso nunca elegí el nicho como opción, porque me aburro y quiero cambiar de juego. O sea, yo quiero jugar varios juegos, no quiero jugar uno solo y ya. Una fotografía con un robusto marco de madera. Está cubierta de polvo y parece tener varios años. Una placa de bronce en la base del marco reza: los embajadores de la mansión Místida. La foto muestra a 2 mujeres y 3 hombres con distintos estilos de vestimenta. A las 5 personas se les han tapado burdamente los ojos con tinta negra. Estas personas pueden ser Lord Felor, Lady Felor, Lord Pointer, Lady Pointer o algún Remington, pero no los Remington que estuvimos conociendo hasta el momento.
That photo is important.
Pero me
I'm
encargué
sure of it.
helado. Oh, qué rico helado. Yo estoy obsesionada con un helado de grido que es de cappuccino. Muy rico.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think
Swear?
so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet
Este
any
video va a
of these
quedar
people
largo, chicos,
here
de
at Tangle
YouTube.
Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Estábamos cerca del misterio, de resolver el asesinato. Recuerden igual que la asesinada, o sea, Freya, es nieta ilegítima de Lord Fellow. Hoy no se habla con la letra... No, hoy no se habla con esa letra. Hasta dentro de un ratito.
Time to solve this.
Sí. Me va a quedar más... Va a ser el video más largo de la historia de YouTube hasta el
All right.
momento.
Break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it.
Oh, bueno,
And it wasn't
espera.
found anywhere
Quiero
near the
saber, pero
crime
espera.
scene.
It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
Sí. Dispararon por delante, dispararon por encima, dispararon por
It
encima.
was fired from
Hacela
above.
corta el video y seguí con el capítulo 2 y así con el...
Our diagram
No,
doesn't
este es
show
el último
everything.
capítulo.
Let's add in the
Ahora
rest of the
terminamos
crime
el
scene.
juego, por eso.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a
No,
part of the
no
murder
voy a
weapon
subir
up
los
there.
juegos enteros a
The wheel
YouTube.
was used
YouTube
to pull the
sabe de
arrow
eso.
back up
Pero
through
este es
the
el
crack in the
final.
floorboards.
Importante
Explains
que lo
why we
vean
never found a
todos.
weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Ah. Sí, no te sigo en YouTube. Bueno, mal ahí. Tenés que seguirme en YouTube. A ver. Ay, no, me equivoqué. Ah, no, sí estaba bien. No sé por qué pensé que me equivoqué. Ahí está el link.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too. She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
Paint fumes.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
El
The
granófono.
gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
There was something in the gramophone.
Something small.
That's not it.
Algo pequeño, pero como que... ¿La flor de la maceta?
That's not it.
Oh...
That's not it.
¿Qué había en el gramophone?
That's not it.
¿Cintura?
That's not it.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud
Dale.
hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The horn it's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Claro.
Thinking about
Habrán
it,
usado eso para
Pointer
ver
said
si
he saw Flora was
funcionaba.
knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
El misterio está a punto de resolverse. El video más largo de YouTube, pero está a punto de resolverse el misterioso. O lo divido en dos partes después, veo cómo hago. Es verdad, luego que lo grabo lo puedo dividir en dos partes. Qué tonta que soy. Babo. ¿Qué afectó esa frecuencia tan fuerte? ¿Qué afectó esa frecuencia tan fuerte?
That's not it.
Es que ya no.
That's not it. That's not it.
¿A qué afectó esa frecuencia tan fuerte?
That's not it.
Toca todo hasta que te dejan
That's not
salir.
it.
Esto, así se resuelve la.
That's not it.
Así resuelvo yo las cosas.
That's not it.
Toca todo hasta que
That's not it.
hasta que te dejan salir.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Obviamente que no era eso.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Toquemos todo.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Esto.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's
Boba.
paints, the pink cassette
Boba,
tape, and the
boba.
gramophone itself.
También
They
tengo
all
cafecito,
sustained
eso es nuevo,
zero
aunque
damage
no
while they
vendo
were in that room.
fotos, pero
That's
tengo
some
cafecito.
seriously powerful
Me pueden comprar un
vibration.
cafecito
Enough
para
to
apoyar el
crack
canal.
metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They were knocked unconscious.
Really?
Wait, no, hang on.
Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it.
Mm.
There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Todo, es que todo está oscuro. Como que es que como que todo está oscuro. Ok. ¿Y ahora? Sí, pero ¿qué tengo que tocar?
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
Pero ya puso, ella no tenía un cuchillo en la mano, estás haciendo una... Bueno, está. Pero caramba. ¿Pero qué tengo que tocar?
It's dark.
Sí, very
It's
dark.
dark.
¡No veo nada! Que alguien prenda la luz. Porque yo no veo nada. Yo tendría que tener otro video. Dios, va a quedar súper largo. Oh.
I can see the stars.
Oh.
I can see the stars.
Ay, qué lindo suena.
I can see the stars.
I can see the stars.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
Parece que sí. Porque todo está tan silencioso. Es como que de repente van a aparecer los fellow o los points o alguien y nos va a decir ¿qué están haciendo?
So what's bothering you?
¿Qué hacen con
Something
su
that's
vida?
not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We never found it.
You sure about that?
Not entirely. Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here.
Sí,
In
estaba
this
acá.
room. Where'd it go?
La encontramos en
Found
otra
somewhere
parte.
else.
Estaba en el coso este que... acá.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene. And ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Para poder
Presumably, Flora dropped it
incumplar
when
a
she fell unconscious.
Flora.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's inside Flora's egg.
You think so?
Maybe not. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it. Then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it. But she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas. Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
Ah, acá hay... ¿Por qué hay pintura amarilla? Iba a usarse para pintar... Ah, mirá, acá hay una parte que está sin pintar. Pero, para... ¿Pero qué iba a pintar?
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint this sketch, which was part of Flora's dress. Almost. Maybe just change one. The yellow paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window.
¿Algo en la ventana? Espera. El árbol amarillo.
That's not it.
¿Qué iba a pintar en el árbol?
That's not it.
¿El gramófono?
That's not it.
Ah, algo amarillo. ¿El huevo?
That's not it.
¿El escarabajo?
That's not it. That's not it.
Bueno, a este punto vamos a hacer la técnica de siempre.
That's
Toca
not it.
todo hasta que te dejen salir.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
No.
That's not it. That's not it.
A ver acá.
That's not it. That's not it.
No.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Voy a pintar eso.
That's not it. That's not it.
Ah.
That's not it. That's not it.
No, están en este grupo primario de cosas. Gramófono ya está.
That's not it.
Esto ya
That's not it.
pregunté.
That's not it. 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 That's not it.
Una.
That's not it.
Ah,
That's not it.
¿qué
That's
es?
not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Ah, el pájaro que espiaba a Poppy y a Fitz. El pájaro. ¡Sí! El pájaro de Penny, de Penélope.
There she is, our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did.
I know, she
But she's a
did.
very good listener.
Sabía que esto tenía el culo sucio.
Well, now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
¿Con qué la, algo resistente con lo que puedas atar? Bueno, esto.
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Algo está pasando.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Pero esa
Weird,
aún
isn't
lo
it?
hace la mejor,
Considering
la
we've met
mejor,
her,
la mejor
what is it,
personaje
3 times
de,
now?
de Tangle Tower.
How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed, unearthed every single one of our secrets, nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? Suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The attic.
Wait, I'm confused.
Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end.
Coso, por eso estaba caliente.
Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mystids. Like cryptids. Like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mystids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Puede que suba este video sin edición porque va a ser menos pesado para mí que editarlo y ponerle la intro y todo eso y que quede más pesado de lo que es. Pero... así que bueno, por esta vez. Algo que Penny encontró en el estudio. ¿Qué encontró en el estudio? ¿La foto?
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5, completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
El ruido me mata. La voluntad de Freya follow. Pelo.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine.
Bueno,
No injuries.
me voy a despedir YouTube porque ya es como 1 hora de gameplay. Y bueno, básicamente la culpable de todo fue Penny, el mejor personaje de Tangle Tower. Así que sí, la culpable fue Penny. Y bueno, básicamente ahora voy a terminar de ver cuál era el drama total. Porque ya está todo, ya los trapitos sucios ya se sacaron al viento. Probablemente no le ponga intro ni nada y solo lo subo así para ahorrarme el tema de edición y de espacio, porque no hay mucho que editar realmente. Así que bueno, este video seguramente lo van a tener entre hoy y mañana, lo voy a ver, así que chao YouTube, nos vemos.